Hello and welcome to this Vinyasa yoga class. My name's Olivia. I'm a certified yoga teacher and have personally benefited from the practice. I'm so grateful to be able to share what I know with you and learn myself along the way. Today we will be working on some back bends and some hip opening and some all around back body strengthening. So, if you haven't already, begin to blink your eyes closed. Begin to pay attention to your breath. Allow your belly to rise on each inhale. Fill up like a balloon. And on your exhale, exhale out of your mouth and allow your navel to move towards your spine. Inhale, fill your belly. And exhale through your mouth, navel to spine. A few more rounds of breath on your own. And just begin to drop into the moment. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. And we will run through a brief meditation. So imagine you are in a Best Buy or some some electronics store, and there is a brand new gorgeous TV displaying, and you're just there with somebody on an errand. But on that TV is this lush forest, this vibrant forest. And the whole point of showing this high resolution forest footage is to show how fancy, clear the picture is. The greens are so green, the lush texture of the grass. You can see the animals scurrying across the grass up the tree. The contrast with the blue skies, you almost feel like you're there. Almost like you could go press your hand through the screen and feel the breeze of the day. You feel like you can almost smell the freshly cut grass. And you hear geese, a mob of geese up above you. And for just a few moments, you forget you're at a Best Buy, a busy store, commercial store. And just for that moment, the technology really does bring that nature to life. You come back to the moment. You feel your breath and you kind of start to open your eyes and look around the room. Maybe you sway from side to side. Take your head and tilt it over towards the left and feel your right fingertips press into the earth and open. Maybe take your left palm and rest it on the top of your head, really to enable that elongation of your right side. Maybe look up at the sky. And come back to center, and we will do the second side. Left palm or left fingertips plant. Feel all that length on your left side body. Maybe take your right palm and rest it on the top of your head. To celebrate that elongation on the left side. Maybe look up to the sky and come back to center. From here, we'll push on up into tabletop position. Shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, some cat-cows. Send your belly low, lift your chin, look up, cow pose. Exhale, press into your palms, round your spine, chin to chest. Cat pose. Come on through tabletop, send your belly low, lift your chin, look up. Exhale, come through tabletop, round your spine, press into cat pose. So once you get back to a symmetrical place, tuck your toes under, tabletop position, tap into that lizard grip, and then begin to lift your knees up off the earth about a half an inch. Squeeze your core. Use that lizard grip to really maintain the strength in your core. For 3, 2, 1, press up into downward facing dog. Maybe this is your first downward dog of the day. This is a wonderful opportunity to check in with yourself and be honest about how you're feeling as we move through this practice. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up and overhead, look up. And bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. We will start in Tadasana. Maybe find a slight bend in your knees and a slight tuck in your tailbone. Palms facing forward, and allow that to make you feel super open. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Drop down to your right knee, rise on up, low lunge, and finding some fluidity. Notice in this particular sequence we are celebrating fluidity, which is purifying. We're purifying our hips. Find length in your right hip flexor. Look up. Plant your hands to frame your front foot. Right toes tuck. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through. Left knee comes to the earth. Rise on up into a low lunge. Feel some fluid energy. Allow it to come in. Really purifying our hips. One more time around. And bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Tuck your toes under, step your right foot back, vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, fill your belly with air. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale, release. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up, overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Drop down to your right knee. Come on down into low lunge. Find length, find a slight back bend, look up. Stretch that right hip flexor. Exhale, plant your hands, straighten your back leg, step back, high plank, cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through. Drop down to your left knee. Rise on up, low lunge. Find length in that left hip flexor. Bend in your lower back, look up. Exhale, plant your hands. Lengthen your left leg, step your right foot back. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Come on down to your knees. Send your knees wide. Press back, sit on back into child's pose. Reclaim your breath. We're almost through the warm-up. Anytime throughout class you would like to take up an extra few breaths for yourself, always come back here to child's pose. With that, look between your hands, slither your chin across your mat, come on up into upward facing dog. Press your hips back, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold, root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up, and bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead, look up. Exhale, swan dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, hop back, high plank, vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. On the inhale, exhale, step your left foot through. Come on up onto your right foot. Warrior one, hips squared forward, shoulders relaxed, down by your ears. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts this time. Exhale, step your right foot through. Rise on up. Warrior one, second side. Relax your shoulders. And exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, release. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot through between your hands. Come on down to a flat back foot. Rise on up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Cycle through a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts on the inhale. Exhale, step your left foot through. Four corners of your right foot. Stand on up. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, walk or hop to the top of your space. Standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, stand all the way up. Reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center and down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, look up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step both feet back, high plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts this time. Exhale, step your right foot through. Left foot plants, all four corners, rise on up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Sit low, relax your shoulder blades. Hips face forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back to meet the left. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts this time. Exhale, step your left foot through. Four corners of your right foot come down. Rise on up, warrior 1. Virabhadrasana 1. Share some of the weight with your back leg. Hips face forward. Relax your shoulders. Plant your hands. Step your left foot back to meet the right. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Come on down to your knees. Send your knees wide. Bring your toes together. Press back. Child's pose. You should be fairly warm by now. Find that lizard grip. Pull yourself through into upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back. Downward facing dog. Step your left foot through between your hands. Rise on up to stand. Prasarita stance. All 10 toes facing forward. Your right foot faces forward. Left foot faces at an angle. Triangle pose, hinge at your hip. Find a sassiness in that top hip, the left hip. Bring your bottom arm down to rest on an ankle, shin, foot, the earth, or a block. Whatever feels most comfortable and accessible. See if you can narrow your hips in toward one another and allow that leverage to press through your bottom hand and twist up towards the sky, feeling that openness. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Look down at your foot, find a slight bend. Plant your hands about 10 inches forward. Come on up into half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. If it's accessible, look up towards the sky. Rest your palm on your bottom hip. And if you'd like, catch your left foot with your left hand. Chapasana. If it's accessible, look up towards the sky. Breathe. And come back into that original stance. Prasarita Padottanasana. Standing forward fold, wide-legged. Come on up to stand, and we will do the same thing on the other side. Left foot faces the left side of your space. Find a hinge in that left hip. Right foot is facing at an angle. Right hip gets sassy, left hip finds a hinge. Come on down, rest your bottom hand on your shin, ankle, foot, floor, block, anything that will make it accessible. Stamp both feet on the earth evenly. Use the leverage of the bottom arm to initiate that twist. Open up your heart, open your arms simultaneously. Look down at your left foot. Plant your hand 10 inches forward, press on up, half moon pose. Look up towards the sky. If you'd like, catch your top foot with your top hand, Shavasana. Balance here if possible. Look up towards the ceiling for 3, for 2, 1. Bring your hand back down to the earth. Come back into the original stance, and then walk your hands over. Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring your head to face the earth. Prasarita Padottanasana. Press on up into standing. Walk your feet in, come to the top of your space, Tadasana. Sit down into chair pose, Utkatasana. So pretend you're sitting in a chair. Get as low as you can. Bring your arms up as a representative, an extension of your spine. Bring your torso and thighs into a 90-degree angle. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands. Step your feet back, high plank. Vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. Come on to your knees. Tuck your toes under. Sit back onto your heels. And exhale. Whenever you feel ready, we will meet in downward facing dog. And kind of begin the more wind down portion of class. Check in with how this downward facing dog feels compared to the first one when we first stepped on the mat. Maybe you're feeling more open, more aware of your power, more aware of your humanity, a nice blend of strength and warmth. And then come back down onto your knees. Come through tabletop. Keep your hips over your knees. Bring your arms out wide, wider than usual. Playful puppy. So from here, you can rest your chin on the mat or your head, your forehead, to really find maximum length in that side body. for 3, 2, and 1. Come on back up. Sit down onto our legs. Come into Virasana. If you've been able to come into a nice Virasana and this is good to go here, great. But if you would like, and that is great, just choose the kinder option. If you would like a slight challenge, come on back slowly onto your forearms and notice how your lower back feels. Keep in mind your inner thighs should always be turning inward. Maybe you come all the way back and send your arms up. Find a place that feels like a satisfying stretch that isn't painful, that you're able to maintain a certain inward rotation of your thighs. And breathe. Now that we've hung out here in Virasana and hopefully you feel an open back bend, if you came all the way back to laying with your arms back, bring your arms towards your midline once more. Come on up onto your forearms. Keep your spine straight the whole time. Press your arms up. Always make sure when you're going back into a full Supta Virasana, make sure that your spine 100% of the time is always facing forward. Come on up. Come off of your knees. Bring your lizard hands down into tabletop. Bring your right foot out long. Come up on the ball of your right foot. Step your left foot back. Plank pose to reset our spine. After that, playful puppy into Supta Virasana. Allow your arms to steal the moment by shining your heart open. External rotation of your arms. Tailbone tucks under for 3, 2, 1. Come back down onto your knees. We will come into camel pose. Hips over knees. Shoulders over hips. Head faces forward the whole time to protect your spine. Shoulder blades relax down away from your ears. Hands come to your lower back. Hips come forward, chin goes up. back. Your chin goes up to back, up, open, and then if it feels right, come down. Rest your palms on your heels. Send your hips forward. Camel pose. 3 more breaths. Come on back up. Sit onto your heels. Inhale, feel your belly expand. And exhale, press it out. Navel to spine. A few more cycles of breath here while we gear up for our second round. Come on back on to a standing knee position. Hips over your knees, knees over your hips. Hands to your lower, hands rest on your lower back. Send your hips forward, lift your chin. Send your chin up, 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 up first, and then go back. See if you can rest your palms on your heels. Maybe your dog is attacking you like mine is. For 3, 2, and 1. Come on all the way back. Sit back down onto your heels. Feel the residue of that pose. It's a very energizing pose. Your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your hips. Palms rest on your lower back. Hips come forward, chin comes up, 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 back. Palms rest on your heels. Hips press forward. Open your heart. Feel that gorgeous back bend. For 3, 2, and 1. Come back, sit on your knees. Feel that residue. Thank yourself for that lovely back bend. Come on down to a seated position. Have your seat on the mat and your feet forward, and just begin to come to a laying position on your mat. Rest all 4 corners of both of your feet on the earth. Very solid, kind of like you're stamping a foot stamp. Press through your heels, lift your hips. Press on up, slowly, 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 coming into a bridge pose. Feel that internal rotation of your thighs. Maybe stretch your arms back behind your back and lift your hips even higher. And come back down to the earth. Press your hips up. Second round. Really squeeze your glutes here. See if you can go just a bit higher. For 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. One more round. All 4 corners of both feet. Lift your hips, squeeze your glutes. This time, maybe have your arms flapped open to the side with your palms facing the sky, ready to receive the benefits of this class. For 3, 2, and 1. Come on back down. Bring your hips back down to the earth. Bring come into a half ball, or not a half ball, but just come into a ball, but not super aerodynamic, and just let your knees fall from side to side. Come into happy baby and allow gravity to kind of massage all of those hip strengtheners we just did. When you feel called, just begin to let both feet come out long. And just begin to notice your breath slowing down. And maybe we can revisit the lush forest we visited at Best Buy earlier earlier in class, but just revisit that. Sky's the limit. Endlessly gorgeous, lush forest with green, blue skies, all of the colors represented via wildlife, via nature. You feel the breeze on your skin. You smell the air. You have your bare feet on the grass, touching the soil. Begin to allow your breaths to take care of themselves. Surrender into Shavasana, and I will guide us out when it's time. Whenever you feel called, begin to call your breath back. Maybe find a slight movement in your fingertips and your toes. Maybe blink your eyes open. Take a look at the space around your room. Come on to one side and rest. Press yourself slowly back up into a seated position. And hopefully by now you're feeling grounded, open, fluid, creative, energized from all those back bends. Thank you so much for igniting all of the purity that we all have within us naturally. And thank you so much for doing yoga with me. If you haven't already, please subscribe and have a class with me every Monday for the rest of this year. Have a wonderful rest of your day or night or afternoon, and I will see you next time.